We have the new Cookie Alliance Season 2.9 on tap for you here today. We're going to make our way through easy, normal, and hard mode, unlocking expert mode for you all with one team in today's episode. Particularly for me, I enjoy this as a free-to-play player and excited to share this team with you here today. Thank you for tuning in as always, and appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs. If you got a question, if you got a comment throughout the episode, let me know because I'd love to hear from you and would love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server, my friends. All right, let's get into it here today because we got a little bit of a ways to get through and unlock Fire of Fate. So let's get into it here. Ember of Fate, my friend. So first and foremost, we like to do the 4 T's. That's the tactics, the team, the treasure, and the toppings in order to help you succeed and get by here. Now, a couple things. You're seeing darkness out of the gate. So this is a new one given the last update. We were supposed to have an update here with some new cookies and some abilities. However, that didn't happen. So stay tuned for that because that could definitely change here, particularly when we have 26 days left. So just want to call that out. Now, a couple things at least here for easy. We do have these effects: cooldown up, defense up, and attack down. We do have these rewards right here that you can see for getting all the way through. Now, on top of that, you do have this ability to start claiming your artifacts like me if you had extras. Generally, what I like to do is I like to get through a couple of them first to understand what is going to be all those different suggested element types and then focus on those element types. Now, we don't necessarily have to do that. That's just some advice or a consideration that you can make. However, again, if you want to buff your teams already getting through there, absolutely do that. We are not using a darkness team out of the gate, which is why I'm saying that in case you want to save for some of these other things. All right, let's get into our team. But before we do, make sure that you get your Beacon of Valor invested in because you're going to want that. And then additionally here in terms of our teams, like I said, we're going to go with one team. So today we're actually going to use Mystic Flower, Creme Brulee, Frost Queen, Stormbringer, and Financier Cookie. Now, a couple things for you. If you are a free-to-play player like myself and you don't have Mystic Flower, or if you're not a free-to-play player and you don't have Mystic Flower, you can swap this cookie. In terms of this one, I would probably put in Cream Puff. Should be good enough to get you all the way through to expert mode, again depending on your cookies. Now, a couple things about this for me. The strategy here is really about good damage dealing, good elemental type, across 3 things really, which is going to be light, frost, and electric. Now, we don't have that out of the gate here, as you can see with darkness. However, again, that is the strategy with this particular team. Now, in terms of our treasures, we are on attack and cooldown. A couple things that you could do here differently. You could certainly go with Sleepyhead's Jelly Watch. There, if you want to go speed with the robes, you can do that. You could switch over to regular crit. You could go with more defense here with Disciple's Magic Scroll if that was something that benefited you. Or you can also go with things like the Explorer's Monocles or just the regular Bookseller's Monocle for that additional heal, which can make a difference for your team depending on where you're at. So a couple pieces there. In terms of our gear, generally for gear, a couple things. We will recommend Radiant Resonance or also the specialty Beascuits or Tainted or Resolute as an example. There we like to get to at least 3 if possible. Most of my stuff, well, particularly my more upgrade stuff, will have 3 to 4. Typically 2 to 3 in terms of those substats is probably going to be okay, but you definitely want those to be focused. We do have all of our topping guides here on the channel, so never fear, you can check that out. And we got a great guide in the Discord server for different cookies. Go check that out. Thank you to everyone for contributing there. Now, a couple things on this, and the playlist is available to you here down below. All right, so here we're on crit in terms of our Beascuit. This is a nice upgraded Beascuit. Generally, you're going to want to be on 30. There's a nice little trick that we've talked about going to 30 from 20. Additionally, here we got cooldown for Financier. Here we only have 1. We do have some room to upgrade this one, my friends, like quite a bit. So you can keep that in mind. If we need to, we'll come back to that. In terms of Frost Queen, we're actually going to go on cooldown here. We got damage resist bypass, attack, and attack. Then in terms of Creme Brulee, we're actually on attack. Our Beascuit here can be definitely upgraded a little bit more. We do have damage resist bypass and crit. And then last but not least, we do have our lovely, lovely Mystic Flower. upgraded pretty good. Lots of other things here that we can focus on, but that cooldown's perfect because that is absolutely what we need in terms of our team. So that, my friends, is going to be a team to get you all the way through. Quickly here, I'll just show some of these other fun ones that you may want to think about and leverage in your team. I'm not going to break them all down, but typically and generally, they're going to be aligned to some form of an elemental type. This one instead is more about fairies, kind of a thing. So anyway, we always like to iterate on these things. All right, so that is our team. Let's go ahead and start running here so you can see exactly how this is going to look, exactly how this is going to work for you. And here we go. Chapter 1 it is. Boom. All the way through. Look at that. Just one quick hit. Love it. Here we go, here we go. Crushed. Boss time, my friends. Now again, pay attention to the timer. That always makes a big difference for you, how you want to get through these things. Let's go for it. And boss time. Game over. Well done. So that, my friends, is easy mode on Cookie Alliance. We're going to grab this chest here. Fun tip, as you get maxed out, you can always grab that extra chest. It's not gonna hurt you, my friends. All right, so now we'll go back. And we're going to onwards and upwards to bronze 1. There we go. So that, my friends, is now easy mode. Make sure you collect that reward. Time for Light of Fate normal mode. So when we go into this one, couple things. Now we have poison. So we have darkness and poison, so things that you can keep in mind. We got cooldown up, enemies defense up, attack down, and periodic damage down. So again, you can think about where you want to invest. If you're investing in this team that I showed in the number 1 slot, and the one that we're using for main, you can absolutely do that. Just remember that it's not going to be upgrading against key elemental types, at least for now, that you could run into. So let's go ahead and go and take down normal mode, my friends. And we are at it. We are at it. I love that little tinging of Mystic Flowers. I think it's Mystic Flowers' little flower thing flying around there. All right. Moving on through this. Next boss. Go Steen. Check. Here we go. Now, as you can see, this team works pretty well for me. Again, probably not have to worry about Mystic Flower so much, to be honest, because you can probably swap in another healer, at least with the skill level of my team. Like Cream Puff, like we suggested, you could probably use Parfait. A few different things as well. There we go. On to chapter 4. All right. Strawberry crepe cookie. Final boss for this run. And there you have it, my friends. Well done. Our results are in, and they're looking pretty good there. All right. Let's back out of there. Ooh, the gold one now, my friends. Top 15,000 already because it's fresh out of the gates and fresh out of the oven, as we like to say here. So that now is normal mode. Don't forget to forget to. That was not on rewind or replay or loop. grab the reward. All right, so here we go. Hard mode, Flame of Fate time, my friends. Let's go ahead and get into it here. Same thing. The difference though now is we do have the electric type. So for me, this is where I would definitely start to add an electric type because we want to enhance each of these things in preparation for the expert mode, hard mode, all those things. It does depend on where you're at, obviously. Then additionally, we got cooldown up, we got defense up, we got attack down, we got periodic damage down, and crit percent crit damage down. So all big things. This one's pretty big here. All cookies gain crit minus 30%, crit damage minus 50. This one's really going to hinder your electric type stuff. So those strategies are really, really crucial to keep in mind and pay attention to, because it can make a huge difference on what you're doing. In the case of our Stormbringer, if you're probably running through it before you can trigger the overcharge and those things before you get to that one, ideally that would be the case. So just calling those pieces out. All right, let's go for it, my friends. The hard mode here of Season 2-9. Can our team make it happen? Let's get into it here today and show you how this is going to work. Here we go. Chapter 1. I always love this fast run through. We do only have 5 minutes to get through this one, so something to keep in mind as you kind of tweak your teams, as you upgrade your teams or your cookies in order to run through this particular mode, my friends. There we go. There we go. Now, doing pretty good. We don't see my team really taking too much damage, which is nice. And certainly showing the skill level or power level of this group and the ability of this team to make it through in this particular run for you. All right, Chapter 3 it is. Here we go. There we go. Boss time, my friends. The lovely mango cookie. Boom. On to Chapter 4. Now here we got the periodic damage down with the poison type. So it's key to pay attention to these things because they kind of counter each other. In particular, as you're trying to think about your builds and how you want to get by some of these things, and when it can get a little bit tougher in the progression as you're moving up. All right, strawberry crepe cookie time. There we go. Starting to go a little bit slower, as you can see. All right, time for Chapter 5 and Wave 17. So here's the electric one. So again, you see electric damage up, but you also see the crit and crit damage down. Do we see overcharge, buff protection on? Supercharge is there. All right, on to the boss here for Chapter 5. The Harpoon Captain. Ooh, MK2. This one can be a little tricky, at least from the game. Well, in the PvE stuff. However, ooh, there we got some damage in. However, we were able to do it. So that, my friends, is the team to get the job done for you here, all the way to unlocking expert mode for you. So let's show that here. There we go, all the way to Diamond 1. That puts us in the top 10,000 already, which is pretty sweet. And additionally unlocks expert mode. So there we go. Don't forget to claim it. Let's go ahead and come back and pull this all together for you here today. With that, we gave you one team to get all the way through. Quickly here, a couple of adjustments that you can make. Again, with Mystic Flower, not necessary, but I wanted to show something a little bit different. You can put in things like Parfait. You can put in things like Cream Puff as some alternative ones there. If you're looking for other changes in this team, essentially, you're running 2 damage dealers here and 2 tanks. Now, obviously, Stormbringer does a ton of damage as well. You could maybe try it with 1 tank or a different double tanking strategy in order to get by and take this thing down. So I wanted to throw those other pieces out there because many of you always ask in the comments. So a couple of key pieces there. And then to pull this all back together, in terms of all those pieces, we gave you the 4 T's. That's the tactics, the team, the treasure, and the toppings in order to help you succeed and overcome here. Cookie Alliance all the way, zooming through hard mode to get to expert and unlock that piece. Stay tuned because we will have an expert mode guide, as we always do, for you here on the channel. And with that, I just want to say, if you still got a question, if you got a comment, let me know because I love to hear from you as always. And feel free to join us in our amazing community and Discord server, my friends. We have a lot of fun in there. Lastly, thank you. Thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community here together. And thank you for the likes and subs. Like I said, repeat, that one was on loop. Just kidding. I just want to say thank you to our members. We do have memberships available to you. A really nice way to support the channel, so thank you to that. We have affiliate links and a swag and a merch store, something there for everyone, as I like to say. Check it out, appreciate it all. And our socials, don't forget those. At me, chat me, stay connected, my friends. See you in the Discord server because I love featuring and covering your stuff as well here on the channel. Lastly, get out there. Cookie Alliance is yours. Season 2-9. You can hit the top 10,000 quickly out of the gate, just like me with this team that we provide here today and some of those changes. With that, my friends, we'll see you soon. Get out there and keep on running.